Blockbusters of note, but here's the thing, when it comes to, watching any movie, it does come with a bit of a snacking experience, especially this next recipe.
Yes, bring the family. 100%. Your cousin's coming over. Get the crush and I'll get the ice. The whole family.
More Crush Mom? 100% refreshing, 100% goodness.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, getting your little ones to eat a little healthier need not be bland and boring. Come on, they also don't want that. We're crushing on a trendy pancake recipe originating in Korea this morning. It's the best part, I'll tell you that. The veggie form. Trust me, they're going to love that. I'll tell you why. Because it's served with a glass of refreshing crushed juice. The combo is 100% goodness all round. And Tumi Mukhwai is here to show us how to make it. Tumi, you know all things about preparing the best treats and snacks, especially for kids.
You know what the thing is for me, and I know you're talking about the kids, this is bringing back so much nostalgia, because when I was on Taste Master, there's a Japanese pancake that I did that was very similar to this. It's called the okonomiyaki.
And I mean, you won the show. So that's telling. All right, so what ingredients have you got there?
All right, so it's a very veggie-based pancake, like you've mentioned, right? So we've got some carrots that I've got here. I've got some flour that I've already got in our bowl. Into this, I'm adding some carrots, and the Korean pancake is also very scallion-rich, which is spring onions.
Which is really good, right?
So that is important to make sure that you add those in here. We've also got some grated baby marrow. So even though these are the veggies we have now, you could definitely play it up and add whatever veggies of your choice.
You really can be very experimental. So what am I making here? Because I know that you've got all of these ingredients laid out. What's this for? Where does it go? I mean, you've got the soy sauce, and I'm trying to understand how we're going to integrate that with our pancake.
Right. So what happens is with these pancakes, this one, the Japanese pancake, which is the okonomiyaki I was talking about, and
okonomiyaki.
This one,
How do you say it so fast? I mean, hey, Korean
queen. I had to do a lot of research on that. And then this one is the Korean one, which is called the japun. This one, the important thing is there has to be some sort of dipping sauce or something to eat it with.
All right.
And that's where our Clover Crush comes in, because we're going to mix our
soy sauce with
exactly. So some of our Clover Crush carrot and orange juice with our soy sauce, mix those two together. Once we've made these pancakes, we're basically going to dip them in there, so that saltiness that comes from the soy sauce and the sweetness
combined with...
I mean,
oh my word, you are taking us to Korea. Okay,
all the way.
Some sesame seeds sesame seeds going in there as well. I'm seeing a potato going into our dipping sauce. I've never heard of that sort of texture.
I know.
What's the special thing about that?
The whole idea is we want the starchiness from the potato to come in here and actually also help bind this mixture together.
Oh, so it's not going in here?
No, that's coming in here into our...
What an interesting dipping sauce.
Yeah, so that's coming in here. It's going to be mixed together with the sweetness from the carrot, the earthiness from the potato. All of that is going to come together and give us a nice, we can still make it thick. It's up to you, just because it cooks a little longer. But you still want it nice and thin, so that when you pick it up, it's still pliable. So maybe pop this in there. And then you might be worried about it being too dry. The great thing about it is, as it cooks on the pan, because of the liquids in the actual veggies, it gets released, so it won't be dry at all.
And we know that the tomato, for example, is quite it's full of water.
Of course.
Right? And so that's going to release. Now, with 100% goodness from Crush, you get 100% fruity, tasty goodness in every sip. And today, that goodness does bubble up in our tasty sauce, which I'm going to mix up here. How do you know when your sauce is ready?
How do you know when your sauce is ready?
How do you know when you've got the right sort of quantities of each? So what would you use to measure? Do you want more of the juice?
You want to taste. The whole idea is to taste as you go. That's the attribute of a good chef, tastes the food as they go. So as you taste, if you see you need to add a bit more soy sauce, you add in there. If you want to add a little more something else, you could even add stuff like ginger into this. You can add, a bit of a ginger goes in, maybe a touch of lemon juice just to give it a bit more body.
Some zest as well.
Exactly. So now the great thing about this pancake as well is I'm going to let it cook down. I'm going to reduce the heat. You still want it to cook because you've got raw veggies in there. You've got
and that will take some time.
Correct. So I'm going to give it about 5 minutes on each side. In essence, once it's done, this is what we're looking for.
Look at that.
full pancake. Most times the pancakes we have is just flour.
No,
but
that's
this
it.
is nutritious.
That says eat me
Yeah.
and eat me now.
With that dipping sauce.
With the dipping sauce. I mean, this is really such an interesting sort of twist on a snack. And yes, the kids are going to love it. Anyone who has you making this for them will totally be pleased with you. Tumi Mokhwa, you are a rock star. That's
Thank
why
you.
ke rata so.
Wiki
Dube,
New York.
ke New York, baby. If you want the recipe, please do go onto expressoshow.com. We've got the recipe with all of the ingredients you're going to need. And as you can see, simple, straightforward, and full of flavor.
Made with love by Clover.